Olivia. Today I have a guest, but before we get into your interview, if it's your first time to come on this channel, you are welcome and please remember to subscribe. And for those who continue to watch my videos, thank you very much. Continue to share them. Now, as you all know, we do have conversation on various aspects of, around families. But now and again, I do bring in a guest who, they always share us with their knowledge, skills, and just certain things that we can use in our own lives. And today it's no different. I have a guest. Should I introduce you or you're going to introduce yourself? His name is Jacques Sibomana. He's the founder and managing director at Kuba Technologies. But I think I'm not going to do justice to his introduction. Jacques, please introduce yourself to our viewers.
Hi everyone, thank you for this great opportunity. My name is Jacques Sibomana and I'm a founder at Kuba Technologies. We are a tech social enterprise startups that uses technology to simplify how small business operates. Our main focus is creating a market space for mostly township entrepreneurs. But beyond that, we've also tapped into corporate procurement, where we are working with various corporate companies to assist them with their procurement needs, specifically to purchase from other small businesses like ourselves out there. So we are a hybrid of both technology-driven company, a business development platform, and we also have a great online courses for people who are looking to start their own businesses. So you can look at us at kuba.co.za.
Amazing. I wouldn't have said all that, so I'm glad, you introduced yourself. Now, Jacques, I remember before you went into being an entrepreneur, you had what one would say a good job. I remember we used to see you on television doing various interviews. And so for us and many others out there, it looked like you had a good job. And so my first question would be, why did you then decide at that time where your career was doing so well to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I think it's a $1 million question. I think entrepreneurship, like anything else that hits you and great in your life, it becomes sort of almost a calling, undeniable quest. You feel like you have to do something that contributes something to the greater society than just yourself. I mean, entrepreneurship is not a safe place to go with. It's not. I will not encourage people to actually start their own businesses. It's rough. It's tough. We only get to see the glitz and the glamour above it, but we don't get to see the other 10,000 hours that the business owners have put in. So yeah, I think it's a drive of both of a calling that you cannot deny it yourself, but also the need that you know that you can make a much greater impact when running your own business rather than working for someone else.
Oh wow! So it was not a question of I want to make more money.
Not really. I think if you enter entrepreneurship in a space that I want to make more money, it's not gonna work. That's why I guess we see thousands of small business owners failing or closing down and so forth because, like I say, money doesn't really come.
Yeah.
You have to find another satisfaction method than money. I believe in doing business that does good with other people. So do business that make changes in somebody's life. If you make a change even in one person's life, that should be a drive enough to keep you going.
That's amazing. So growing up, when we were young, our parents were successful entrepreneurs in their own right. And I feel like at that time, you are very young to learn business skills. So I would want to know what are some of tough lessons that you have had to learn to actually feel like you are doing something right. You are now an entrepreneur, someone who is running a proper business.
Yeah, I think your business is as good as every customer that comes in. So you need to learn to treat your customers properly. You need to learn to value your assets. One of the biggest lessons I've learned in business is how to protect your business assets. So make sure you take out the right insurance for your business assets. Make sure you hire the right people in your business because your staff and your people you're working with, you're both assets to each other. So learn to take care of each other. And yeah, always know that your business can always be bigger, can always be better. and always make time and space to learn and to listen from others who are doing what you're doing or who could be influencing in what you're doing better. So learn from each other.
Oh wow, learning from each other. Is there any one specific thing that stands out for you? You know, some entrepreneur would say, well, I've had to learn to do accounting, numbers, you know.
Yeah.
They had ability to sell, but they had to learn to deal with numbers.
Yeah, that's. I mean, as a business owner, you are tasked with everything from office cleaning to the CEO of the company. To you have to learn to do every job in your business.
Yeah.
They say a great CEO knows each and every task their employee is doing, because they can also be able to do it. But the biggest asset is also learning to give space, learning to allow your employees to also do the tasks they're doing. My biggest learning was to learn to pay attention on admin work. I hate admin work. I hate paperwork,
Yeah.
accounting. I mean, up to now, last week I had a call with an accountant, which was very crazy, but it's things that you cannot avoid. You cannot avoid SARS. You cannot avoid paying your bills. So, and also when you're building a business, we need to learn that month end comes, the first of every month comes.
Yeah.
So there are bills that are unavoidable. So in your sales funnel, in your sales channel, you need to make sure that your business has a clear process to be able to survive month after month. That's where you say that my business is self-sustaining, that it can actually move forward. It's very hard to do than saying it, but that's what we aspire to as business owners. Can our business continue to operate? Can we continue to open our doors? Can we grow and launch into other locations and so forth?
Yeah. So we see Cuba, online, you have done amazing stuff. What are some of the biggest achievements that you have been able to achieve? I mean, looking on your social media, your website, and just places that you've been, I know that you've gotten awards and so forth. But what are some of the things that you're proud of achieving?
That we are still around. I think we're now 5 years old. We went like all other businesses that are 5 years or older. We've gone through COVID. I think for me that was a very big learning curve during COVID. A lot of friends I know their business did not survive. But it also could be madness that we are still going. But yeah, so I think the biggest thing is to persevere and be persistent in what you do. And what I've learned is always be willing to ask for help, willing to learn new things. You cannot know everything and you cannot do everything. And this is what I really bring into Cuba is what we are busy with. We are building a platform that will see other small business owners operate, simplify how they operate. So we're bringing all the digital tools that small business owners will need in their day-to-day operation. Things like quoting your customers, invoicing your customers, monitoring your stocks, engaging with your staff, being able to allow registering staff on your system so that they can go and sell on your behalf. But the idea is that as a business owner, we want you to be able to run your whole business from your mobile device, especially if you're looking at marginalized businesses coming from disadvantaged communities where access to infrastructure is key. Now with the increase in load shedding, how do we digitize, how do we go online to make sure that our business continuously operates? But most importantly also, how do we create businesses that are able to hire people?
Can you say that your model is working?
I will say it has taken us 5 years, but we are slowly seeing our model. So it was always been an abstract image from day one. But I can say now that I guess the further one develops and the further one you step away a little bit from it, you look at it, it's starting to take shape. So I'll say every day at Cuba is a new day. Every day we are learning on what to do and how to improve our processes and systems. And I say, yeah, I think we are moving into the right direction.
Oh, that's good. He's being humble. He doesn't want to share with us some of the awards that I've won, but I think they can go to Cuba's website and have a look at it. I know that you are big in the township economy and just trying to put small businesses out there. I would love to know what are some, or what is the legacy that you want not only to leave behind, but footprints that you want people to see that you are doing through Cuba?
Yeah, so On Cuba, like I said, we're busy developing what I'm calling a Cuba digital space. So the idea around it is creating an ecosystem where individuals that have an idea, have a business idea, or business owners that are operating in the township are able to trade much faster, are able to access financial tools they need to make their business move forward. Things like credit, things like cash on hand, they're able to get paid faster. So what I'm building with Kuba on the digital spectrum side is to say, how do we remove the current boundaries, the current walls we have as business owners? Things like access to credit. If you're starting your own business as a black person, it's very hard to get credit to actually move your business forward.
Yeah.
So how do we use the digital technology to say, I've got this business, I've got these customers that are interested in it. How can I leverage that network that I have of people who want to support me in terms of me accessing credit that will allow me to actually sell these things to them at a much quicker, faster rate.
Yeah.
So for me, in terms of legacy, is to say, can Cuba contribute to the growth of small businesses across the African continent, but also moving away from saying that we're a micro or we're a small business, but the idea to say that can somebody in Cape Town, in Nyanga, on Ems Drive, have a business that has customers in somewhere in Beijing, in China?
Yeah.
So we need to move from the space of saying that I'm a small business, so therefore I'm dealing on my street corner.
Yeah.
But how can I actually sell my service, my product globally?
And actually access the big market.
Access the big market. I think that's where we are missing a lot. There's a really great entrepreneurs around us, all over us, have amazing products.
Yeah.
But maybe the reason their products are not selling so much here because maybe the market is not here.
Yeah.
Maybe the market is in India. So how do we create a platform? I'm saying that, hey, you're making these nice beads, you're making these baby toys here, but no one here is really buying them, but your market is somewhere in Finland. So how can Kuba then become that platform that enables you to reach that market, that enables you to digitize your business into that space?
That's amazing because I think, we see businesses in Europe and so forth being able to actually tap into reaching clients in South Africa, in small towns, and Africa in general.
Yeah.
Why can't we do the same?
No, definitely.
That's amazing. I'm thinking, if you look at the economy and the inflation, things are real. We have so many graduates who are not getting absorbed into the job market. We have single mothers out there, youth, and so forth. And so, with load shedding and COVID has left, obviously, a need for people to be more creative. There could be someone out there watching our video and thinking, I need to start a business. I need to earn more money. I've been sitting at home for such a long time. I need to do something with my life. What advice would you give to such person? Firstly, how would they identify? Because this is the question I get a lot in my inbox. How do I know the right business to get into? Am I even the right person to do a business? And so at this time, people are going to business out of desperation, but it's something that they need to do. What advice would you give to such a person?
It's very tough advice. Like you say, everyone is doing it because they're desperate. They want to have food on their plate in the evening. And one thing I've learned in business is it's not easy. Nothing turns around very fast.
Yeah.
So you have to learn to be patient. You have to learn to, again, listen to other people. But also, like I say, we've got some really great knowledge on our website, on our online courses, which currently most of them are free. So if you go on cuba.co.za/courses, we've got a number of courses that teaches you those fast steps. These are very simple 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes video courses that will help you to start understanding, how do I build a small business? How do I engage with my customers? How do I position my product? And then also another thing for you to consider is to say, what do I love doing? Because like I say, it should not be about money.
Yeah.
That passion runs out very fast.
Yeah.
It needs to be something that you love doing. It needs to be something that you love doing and people are willing to pay for it. And something that you can multiply over and over and over again. So always start simple. Like I said, when we started Kuba, we were doing a bit of everything. And now we've come down slowly and say, we've got so many units inside Kuba. Let's focus on one and perfect it and make it right. So
Yeah.
we've now moved big even our own development, our own IT platforms, they're currently on hold. We are busy building our branding unit because we say we know all the right suppliers, we know the market very well.
Yeah.
So let's perfect this unit so that it can actually generate enough revenue for us to be more sustainable moving forward. So this is why you're seeing us pushing more of branding products. So we're reaching to our corporate partners that are looking for branded items, promotional items, so our small business owners, so they can purchase them through us, knowing they're getting quality stuff,
Yeah.
value for money, but also, like I say, over 80% is done by other fellow local small businesses. So also in your own business is the idea that let me find something that people are willing to pay for,
Yeah.
that I can perfect. Once you do that, then you introduce something else. So it's like a step, it's like a marathon.
Yeah.
You don't just jump and run straight away.
Yeah.
You start slowly and find your rhythm.
And then you eventually warm up and then you pick the
Exactly.
pace. Yeah.
Exactly.
The last question that I know someone is thinking of: does one need money to start a business?
That's a very tricky question and a good question. Look, money is like fuel in your car in a business. If you don't have fuel in your car, you're not going to move. You do have a car, but you are not moving. So this is the paradigm or way a lot of small business we find ourselves in, because we don't have operating budget.
Capital.
Yeah, the capital to do the work we do. And this is why I say that first find something that is an inexpensive that you can do, a service or a product that will allow your customer to pay. And how you price it also is very important, because now you're creating an expectation to the future. So you need to know that you've priced it correctly, so that when they pay, you have enough money to make another product or make two of those products so that they can sell to more customers. So the question, does one need money? Yes, one does need money to start a business, but the question should be, how much money does one need to start a business? And that will also depend on the type of businesses that you're looking for. But as most of the time we've learned is that people buy from the other people. So if you are able to sell your business to other people and they're able to see the vision you're driving in, I mean, you could be like Elon Musk. People could order thousands of cars before they've even seen the car. So people might order your product before you've even made your product. It's all about how you position yourself and how you deliver or how you promote your business or the idea you have to the right customer. Also pick the right customer. That's why it's important to do research on the product or the business you want to do, and who the customer will be, so that you know, how do I engage, how do I reach this customer.
Because it's one thing being excited about venturing into business, and it's another thing actually getting customers
Definitely
to buy your product.
That's why I say always do your customer user journey is very important. You need to picture who your customer is, and your customer is not your family member, your customer is not your friend. You need to picture a total stranger.
Although it helps to start with family members.
It does, but it creates a bad perception, because you by default feel that they have to buy from you.
And it can't sustain the business.
You don't have enough of them to sustain. So the idea is, there's something called a customer user journey. So picture your customer, picture John, your customer, staying in 20 kilometers away from you. How will John hear your business? How will John pay for your product? How will John use your product? So once you have that journey mapped out, it'll be easier for you to reach John. Is John on Facebook? Yes. How often does John interact on Facebook? This and this and this. So therefore, you'll promote your business on Facebook, because John is in Facebook in this community group. But then also, what we always forget is, how will John pay for this product?
That's it.
And how will he deliver this product to John? So you have to have all those things mapped out in place. They don't have to be perfect. You cannot perfect your business.
You can't.
But they just help you to guide you within the process, that when you get those questions, when you hit those walls, you already have thought about it.
And it also gives you a rhythm in your business. You almost feel like now you have a picture of where you're going.
Yes, indeed. And also learn from your competitors. Look what your competitors are doing, do it better, improve it. And sometimes your competitors can even become your friends. Sometimes
That's
you
such
guys
a
can
good
even
point, Jacques. Sorry for this. That's such a good point, because there is this thing that you can't look what others are doing because you are afraid of copying what they are doing. You are learning. You are not
you have
copying.
to. I mean, Shoprite and Pick and Pay, they're always looking at each other. They always learning from each other. They might have a different market, but they are, including Woolworth, all
And
retailers.
they sell the same thing.
They sell the same thing. if you're all buying cool beans, why is one selling cool beans better than the other one?
Yeah.
But the idea is that learn from your competitors. Sometimes your competitors can actually become your friends because you might find a niche that you're good at, and the niche that you're good at, you guys might even trade customers with each other. So in business, same as they say in politics, there's no enemy, there's no friend.
Yeah.
It's all about how do we engage, how do we support each other to move forward.
How do we support each other to move forward? Thank you so much for agreeing to do this interview.
Thank you.
Short and sweet. I thought to play a game after the interview, but maybe next time. I think we have learned, and the point of such interviews is for someone out there not only to learn, to hear the knowledge and the skills that are necessary, but some people just also want to have hope, after the interview, feeling like they can also do it.
No, that's the way. I mean, technically we all can do it. It's the will of doing it, the why you want to do it, and again, it's the willingness to be able to learn from others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming. And
Thank you. Thank you, Olivia.
Please tell us where they can find Kuba.
Yes, like I say, you can find Kuba online. It's kuba.co.za. On all the social media, we are called Kuba Services. So from YouTube to all the social platforms, we're YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, it's Kuba Services. But on our website, it's kuba.co.za. And yeah, if you need any branded items, just send us an email.